If you work in manufacturing, you probably think the most important moment is when an order finally hits the factory floor. But what if I told you that by the time production actually starts, the race is already well underway? And, well, you might already be losing.
Yeah, this is the classic view, right? The engineer's mindset. An order comes in, the machines fire up, it feels like a nice, clean, straight line from A to B. But the reality? Oh, it's so much messier than that.
That neat, linear process? It's just the tip of the iceberg. Believing that's the whole story means you're ignoring this huge, hidden complexity that's lurking just beneath the surface. And that's where the real danger to a company's financial health is found.
So really, this is the only question that truly matters. Not when does production start? No, it's when do we actually get the cash? Because the journey from that initial order to money in the bank is a long, winding, and very complicated road.
All right, let's just bust this production myth wide open. Production is not the starting line. It's more like the second or maybe even the third leg in a really long relay race. This whole journey, from the moment the order is placed to the moment you get paid, it has a name: the order-to-cash cycle.
And this is the key. The clock starts ticking the second that order is confirmed, long before a single piece of metal is cut. Mastering this entire process, from that initial yes all the way to the final payment, is what separates the businesses that thrive from the ones that just kind of scrape by.
Okay, so before anything gets made, a whole series of, invisible handoffs has to happen. And this is exactly where the first sneaky delays and problems start to creep in.
So let's follow the breadcrumbs. An order is placed, sales confirms it, but it doesn't go straight to the factory floor. Nope. First, it goes to this super important department called Production Planning and Control, or PPC. Their job is to be the reality check. They ask the tough questions, like, do we have the machine time to actually make this? And do we even have the raw materials we need? See, already you can see the potential for a major traffic jam before a single part is even made.
And boom, here's our first big point of conflict. On one side, you've got the sales team, who are awesome at what they do, and they've just promised a super fast 15-day delivery to seal the deal. But on the other side, you have the plant's reality. The machines are already booked solid, and the key materials, they have really long lead times from suppliers. This gap between the promise and what's actually possible, well, that's a recipe for chaos.
So let's just say the material isn't in stock. The purchasing team scrambles, places an order, but guess what? The supplier has a 7-day lead time. We haven't even started making the product yet, but our clock is already ticking away.
And there it is, our first delay. We are a full week into our order-to-cash cycle, and nothing, absolutely nothing, has been produced yet. We're already racking up what you might call delay debt.
All right, now we can finally move to the factory floor. The materials have arrived, production can officially begin. But the factory itself, it's a complex, unpredictable maze. Because look, even with the best plan in the world, stuff happens on the factory floor. A critical machine breaks down for half a day. A batch of parts fails a quality check and has to be reworked from scratch. These aren't huge disasters, they're just normal, everyday problems. But they all add up, easily turning what was supposed to be a 5-day production run into a 7-day reality.
So let's tack on another 2 days for those unavoidable production hiccups. We're now at 9 days total. And remember, every single day that goes by, the company's money is tied up, completely frozen, unable to be used for anything else.
The product is finally finished. It passed quality control. Awesome. But we're not even close to being done. Getting the product out the door is just as important as making it, because this step is what officially starts the payment countdown.
In a perfect world, the moment that truck pulls away from the gate, the invoice is zapped over to the customer. If the payment terms are, say, 45 days, the clock starts now. So goods were dispatched on day 10 of our cycle, which means payment is expected on day 55. Simple.
But what if there's a snag? The truck is late, or there's a tiny error in the shipping documents. Any delay here, even just 1 day, has a direct one-for-one impact on when you get your money. Let's see how that domino effect plays out.
So a 5-day delay in dispatch means the invoice is sent 5 days later. The whole 45-day payment clock doesn't even start until day 15, pushing the due date all the way to day 60. That one small logistical hiccup just locked up the company's cash for an entire extra week. Now, just imagine that happening across hundreds of orders. The financial hit is staggering.
So all of these little operational delays, they have a very real, very direct financial consequence. And this brings us to a super important concept called working capital.
Working capital is basically the company's money that gets trapped inside this whole long cycle. It's all the cash that's been spent on raw materials, factory time, and salaries, but it's just stuck. It's unusable until the customer finally pays that bill.
You can see exactly where that money gets stuck. It's tied up in raw materials, just sitting in a warehouse. It's in half-finished products on the assembly line. It's in finished goods waiting for a truck. And even after it's shipped, it's stuck as receivables, which is just a fancy accounting term for an unpaid invoice. Until that final payment lands in the bank, all of this is just money the company can't touch.
So how should we really think about all this? Well, the best analogy I've ever heard is that cash flow is the oxygen for a business. It's the one thing that keeps every single part of it alive.
And honestly, this is probably the most important lesson in business, period. A company can be profitable on paper, making amazing products, but if its cash is all tied up in a super long cycle, it can't pay its people, it can't pay its suppliers, it can't pay its loans, it can literally run out of oxygen and suffocate, even while being profitable. It's crazy, but it's true. This is exactly why the smartest companies totally shift their focus. It's not just about cranking out as much product as possible. It's about shrinking the entire order-to-cash cycle. They become obsessed with reducing material lead times, speeding up dispatch, and negotiating shorter payment terms with customers. They manage the flow of cash, not just the factory.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. If cash is the oxygen, then this entire order-to-cash cycle is your company's respiratory system. That makes the planning department, the PPC, the brain that's supposed to control the breathing. So the real question is, how well is your company's brain managing its ability to breathe?